I might as well go off camera too. Make it.
Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Hibachi. Remember to follow on social media at Blog Access 101 on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast by searching Blog Access 101, BLOGACCESS 101. Here today, on co-host Rod for episode 118. What up, Rod?
Yo.
Yeah, shout out, man. I know I don't know if you heard the news, but Bill Russell died, which is crazy. So RP Bill Russell, basketball legend. Definitely changed the game. We can start with the Julio. What you think of Julio going to Tampa Bay?
Man, it's like playing Madden. I just feel like Tom Brady and Julio Jones should have never crossed paths. But you go to the playoffs, you lose in the playoffs to the team that ends up being the champions, then I feel like they went all in trying to retool. They lost AB. They upgraded, in my opinion, with Julio. So they're going to be scary. Kind of scary. They don't got no O-line.
With that situation, I feel like, with Julio going to Tampa Bay, Julio on his last leg, and I feel like that's going to at least open up their passing game. They got to replace Antonio Brown. So that's definitely a big piece that's going to help them open up the field, even though Tampa Bay lost a center, which is probably going to hurt Tom Brady because, he's immobile. But you think that makes put him back on championship level, or it was just a nice move for him?
Nah, the game is won in the trenches. So you got, O-lineman is hurt. They lost one to free agency. And they lost one to retirement too, I think. So you lose 3 O-linemen. I think Tom Brady, and like you said, Tom Brady now mobile. I'm not super scared of the Bucs. They're just going to be scary. Like Tom Brady got a quick release too, though. So if them guys can get open fast, scary hours. But otherwise, I think we're all going to learn a lesson as to why the O-line is so important.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like then now they don't got to rush Godwin back. He come up there torn ACL, so that gives him more time. If he still needs to, I think he's good though. But if they don't got to rush him, use him a lot in the offense. You got Julio.
Yeah, I'm low key like a huge Black Julio fan. Like everybody thinks over the last few years he might have fell off. A couple of hamstring injuries, but honestly, I still think he's like a top 10 receiver in the league. So it looks good on paper, minus the O-line issue.
Yeah, so definitely you got to see how. I feel like they probably be that put him. I think that put him at number 2 seed now with the Rams. So we'll see how that goes. But let me jump to that next topic with dealing with the Colin Murray. What you thought about them adding that 4-hour clause?
You ever feel like something's racist, but you can't prove it? I feel like that's kind of what that was.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I definitely thought that John was weird, bro. My fault.
No, Kyler Murray is a guy who was a top 10 pick in 2 different sports. Like, I have no doubt that he does what he has to do on and off the field. No character issues at all. Played well. I think they won 11 games last year, made it to the playoffs. I don't see why they ever had it in there for him to have that 4-hour independent study clause. Plus, it's at the end of the day, it's a job too. Like, obviously, it's football. You play a game, you make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it's still a job. And for you to try to take some of my time when I'm not at work, I didn't feel it on that level either. So the racial undertones, the taking away my free time, I didn't feel that on a lot of levels. I'm glad they got the backlash they got. I'm glad Kyler got the chance to speak up and defend himself. But it was just corny of them to do that. And I hope that whenever this contract's over, he dips out on them.
Yeah, I feel like, but I feel like also, man, you're supposed to read that. You should be able to read. I don't know. He definitely just fired his agent because I don't know how his agent didn't see that or his agent didn't care just because he was just worried about the money. But I feel as though if you somebody agent, you should definitely pick up on that and make sure that stuff wasn't even in the clause. But I mean, like you said, definitely, I feel like race had a factor of playing it. But you know, some people just like, I mean, just like what Larry Fitzgerald's pop was like, he'd be like a prima donna and don't really like prepare well. So, but obviously, obviously in the NFL, you definitely got to be at a level. So clearly, he's preparing, just probably not the level that they want their quarterback to be at. But I mean, I feel like definitely it's a race might have a factor to play in that as well, or even adding that in the contract. Y'all could have just had to talk about that. But I mean, like you said, it still is a job, and obviously you put stuff in the job with the stipulations and stuff. But I feel like that was the one they could have just had a conversation on. Or maybe they already had that conversation and maybe they thought they didn't see any actions change and they just put that in there. So, but I'm glad he spoke out on it though. And they I don't know if you saw, they took it. They said that they took it out the contract. So I'm glad that happened. But yeah, let's talk about the last time.
Too late.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want that they got embarrassed. But yeah, what you think about the DK Metcalf trade? I mean, contract extension. Obviously, with me personally, I know with DK, you don't really got your star quarterback there with Russell Wilson, who was traded to the Denver Broncos. Now you got Drew Lock as a quarterback. Me personally, I would have asked for a trade out of it. I mean, granted, 3 years, $72 million is a good deal, and obviously played for the money. But he's basically wasting his prime years over there in Seattle now with Drew Lock. I mean, granted, you know, somebody maybe Drew Lock a new change of scenery might do him well. He might play well this year. You don't know, but just judging off the recent stats, I would have asked for a trade out of there. What you think about that?
Yeah, now I know I would have been a problematic NFL player because with Drew Lock versus Geno Smith, if those my two options at quarterback, I'd have been out. Yeah, you'd have to let me go. But I get it too. At the same time, he made a good business move. He's only 24, so like by the end of that contract, he'll be 27. Hopefully, 24 to 27, you'd expect to play well enough to get another big contract. So he set himself up for 2, maybe even 3 big contracts during his career because 27, maybe sign another 3-year one to go to 30. And then who knows what you do at 30, but you probably could sign another 3-year contract. So he played it smart business-wise. It's just NFL wanting to win-wise, nah, bro. You're looking at a 5-12 season at best right now. So enjoy the bread while you got it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So he just obviously just stick it out those 3 years, and after it's terrible, just go somewhere else. Football is a crazy sport. You don't know what can happen, so you definitely got to solidify that bread while you're still killing your prime. But hopefully they find a way to go back to that playoff team that they used to be. But only time will tell with that. But yeah, do you want to add anything else?
Years away. Yeah, the Seahawks probably ain't seen the playoffs for like another 5 to 10 years. So they got a ring in the last 15 years. They better hold on to that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, did you want to add anything else?
Is that we did all the topics already?
Yeah. Great bar. So where do you think? I think Juan Soto ends up going to the. I think that he ends up going to the Padres. I think that they said that who was the other team? I think it was the Brewers and the Nationals. GM met was shaking hands, so that might have been the deal was done. But you only can do so much from a pitcher.
Yeah. I saw a lot of Cardinals talks. I don't really care where he goes. I grew up like a Yankees fan, but I guess guilt trip got the best of me, and I ended up being a Phillies fan for like the last, I want to say, since I turned like an adult, so I guess the last 14 years or so. 15 years, I guess. I'm a little old. But as long as he doesn't go to the Yankees, they already loaded. I'd be cool with him going to the Cardinals. The Brewers would be a waste. That's a weird roster.
Yeah, I don't know why I said the Brewers. I meant to say the Cardinals. I don't know how I put the Brewers, but yeah, the Cardinals and the GM, and then the national GM shake hands. So that might. I mean, I guess you could say speculation from the pitcher, like it was a done deal, but I think he ends up with the Padres. So
yeah, I like the Cardinals a lot. Padres would be cool. Manny Machado in the same place.
And then Tatis supposed to come back shortly, or he's still recovering. That's 3
hours.
And then you got Darvish and them boys. So yeah, that'll be scary. Yeah.
But these trades never go how you think they're going to go. Like, I remember Luis Castillo, the pitchers from the Reds. Everybody was saying he going to the Yankees. He ended up in Seattle. So I'm just waiting and seeing. I don't really know where anybody's going to go.
Yeah. So, man, hopefully, Phillies, we got an infielder, so hopefully we continue. I'm surprised we're still playing well without Harper, so that's a good sign. So we continue to see how that goes. But, yeah, man, appreciate you coming up.
Harper. Yeah. Teams lose Bryce Harper, and I see teams lose Bryce Harper and get better. I don't know what that's about, but we're seeing it for a second time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe it's just Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Bad luck, Bryce.
All right, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. We heard progress in the BG talks, the Brittany Griner talks, but nothing that gets me super excited.
Facts.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think she gets out, man. They probably trying to do whatever they can not to release that arms deal, but they ain't got no choice.
There's people mad about that too. I heard. Which,
I mean, I'd be mad too. That man about to start a war over there with Ukraine, but in Russia. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to. You can't do her like that, knowing that like if it was an NBA player, you would go hard too. So
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. But all right, brother.
All right, man. Another episode in the books.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.